we can just effectively kill all of these Anglo-Saxon guards. Now the pathfinding is going to kind of break. You know what, let's just use our great big melee attack here. Oh my goodness, what a wombo combo. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Spiffing Brit, the most British of all those lovely sausages out there, and today we are playing the brand new release Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Now, I know lots of you in the comment section are immediately spamming, but Spiff, you recently did an Assassin's Creed Valhalla video. Why on earth are you making another one? Well, it's actually very simple. In the last Assassin's Creed Valhalla game, I showed you how to break the game by making infinite money, then using that money to buy the resources necessary to power level your character into oblivion so that the game becomes a lot easier. However, the game still wasn't completely easy. Your character could still die, and more importantly, Eivor, your hero, was not an immortal god. Now, naturally, it is in this video where we'll be rectifying my ignorance and inability to turn Eivor into a god by making him completely and utterly immortal. Now, if you're a Ubisoft developer watching this video, don't worry, I'll be explaining all of my steps and all of the places where you went wrong in development and accidentally created this absolutely wonderful gameplay feature. Please do not remove it, please, it's really good fun. Everyone's going to enjoy it. Just do a Skyrim, okay, and just release one update and say, fine, you can keep the rest of the exploits. Because Todd Howard gets me, Ubisoft, I want you to get me as well. So my fellow exploiters, how on earth do you gain immortality? Well, it turns out in the last video where I said the greatest minigame in the game is of course the drinking challenge, I was completely and utterly wrong, because the best minigame is not the drinking challenge. In fact, the best minigame was the challenge that I hate the most. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only Orlong. What is it? It's like coin flipping dicey game. Do you get money from it? No, you get favors from the gods. That sounds fun. Well, it turns out you don't just get favors from the gods for this minigame, you also get a whole bunch more. Because if you play your cards right and exploit this game's mechanics hard enough, you'll be gaining a perfectly full and balanced immortality suit. Now, those of you out there might be thinking, well, Spiff, I don't have access to Grand Bridgershire. How on earth can I pull off this exploit? And for you, I say congratulations, because you can actually pull off this exploit in the tutorial zone of the game. Literally after the opening segment, you can immediately pull off this exploit and become an immortal for the remainder of your playtime. Now, doesn't that sound perfectly balanced? So how on earth is it going to work? Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, get yourselves ready, because this is going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to be traveling to the nearest Orlong friend and then of course exploiting him for immortality. Now, it is of course very important whenever you're watching an exploit and learning about it that you are fully prepared for it. And by that I mean you have to be sat back, relaxed, you have to have a nice warm cup of tea in hand, and heck, you probably could also like the video. Now, I've actually rolled my character back a whole bunch from the end of the last video. My character is at a power level of 46, I'm pretty sure, which makes him lovely and weak, and equally his items aren't very high level, meaning he can quite easily die. So what we're going to be doing by the end of this video is taking our scrubbed up character of literal redundancy from the power level 20 region of Grantbridgeshire, not just into Oxfordshire where the power level is 90, or down into Sussex where it's at 160, or over to Winchester where it's 250. No, we will be taking our character right the way over to Hamptonshire, which is the highest power level in the game, or in the very least the highest power level in the game that I have found so far. That's right, not even Yorkshire, the home to Yorkshire tea, came close enough when it came to physical power level. So in video games, developers have to include effectively a mode which I like to loosely call ghost mode. Now, a ghost mode in a video game is when your character is technically invisible. They are a ghost. They're able to interact with the world, but the world isn't able to interact with them. Why on earth is this a feature in most games? Well, it's a feature in games for many reasons. Let's say your character's in a cutscene. Well, the game probably has to activate a ghost mode for your character in that cutscene, just in case a random passing AI enemy, or let's say a bear in the wilderness, notices your character, comes charging in through the side of the cutscene, and then murders your character whilst you're trying to learn about the story. So what the game does is it detects when you go into a cutscene or an event where it needs you to not be perceived by enemies, activates the ghost mode, and then as soon as you leave this environment, it then immediately deactivates the ghost mode, meaning enemies can then aggro again. So in order to exploit this ghost mode, all you need to do in a video game is find a situation where you can trigger the ghost mode, but then bypass the failure of turning the ghost mode off. Now, games effectively railroad characters when they're in a ghost mode via scripted events or railroaded sections so that your character can't escape and effectively wreak havoc on the world. And 99% of the time in development, a developer will go, okay, this is a segment where we make the character temporarily immortal, and this is the segment where we turn it off, and that's fantastic. The only issue is it goes awry when we get this situation, where you can exit the segment of immortality whilst keeping your immortality, and consequently stepping around the bit of code which turns us back into immortal. So how does it work? Simply, find a random local ore log. Now this is a game of skill or luck, it literally matters neither way, and the best thing is you don't even need to play this minigame. In fact, we're not going to be playing this minigame. We're just going to be saying that, hey, we're going to be beginning the game. Now in this game, you get to start out by simply flipping a coin, ladies and gentlemen. It is as easy as that. That's right. Here's the game rules. You don't need any of those. Ignore that. Now what you have to do is flip a coin to determine who plays first. You go heads or tails. Naturally, you always go heads because the heads is the one where the queen is, and God bless the queen. What a lovely majestic sausage. So it's time for us to begin the game, and simply we're just going to select heads, throw the coin, but before the coin actually flips, just press the M key on your keyboard or the comparative thing to open up a map on your console. That's right, this exploit works on literally every console. Now that we're in the map mode, whilst we're technically playing a minigame, you'll notice it's pretty interesting because we can select fast travel points. Now, what's effectively happened fundamentally is that our character has started a minigame, which has made our character an immortal. People can't interrupt us playing the minigame because that would break the minigame. But equally, you can't leave the minigame without finishing the minigame. You can't actually press escape. If you were to completely say close and restart the game, it wouldn't work. You wouldn't get your immortality because everything would be reset. However, for some reason, you can just quick travel out of a minigame, and by doing so, your character maintains all of the effects and modifiers that they had in that minigame. So we've left the minigame, and our character has inherited their permanent stealth mode. But how on earth do we know they have their permanent stealth mode, Spiff? Surely we have to go and test this. And well, of course we will. We've fast traveled right next to a lovely monastery. And as everyone knows, the greatest historical inaccuracy in this game is that the monasteries for some reason are guarded by armed forces which would outnumber the modern day Icelandic military, when really they should probably be armed by noodle boys fighting with little pointy sticks. Now here we are walking through this area, and you might notice at the top of our screen we haven't actually got a thing saying that we're in a restricted area, despite the fact that we most definitely are. In fact, we can take off our cloak here and just walk around, and you'll notice these are enemies. These are Anglo-Saxon soldiers. These should immediately aggro on us and kill us on sight. Now of course you'll notice in this lovely area they've been keeping prisoners of war in not safe conditions. My goodness, this is an absolute war crime. Now naturally the Anglo-Saxons are war criminals. They haven't read the Geneva Convention, so we're going to liberate these peoples by just opening the cage. By doing so, we've definitely committed a crime. However, these men haven't even reacted. They just don't care. So you know what, we're going to have to try and find a way of gaining their attention, like say assassinating a man right in broad daylight. Now the best thing is they notice that there's a dead body right here. They just don't really care. Look, your friend's dead on the floor. You even saw me kill him, but okay, look at that. There's another dead body on the floor. How did that one get there? Where are these bodies coming from? Who's killing them? Is it the man standing on the bodies with a 2-meter long bow and a long knife? He's also a Viking. There's wanted posters for him literally everywhere. Is he the one killing them? No, it can't be him. No, let me just crouch on the bodies. Yes, these were killed by an assassin. Yes, an assassin who looks exactly like the person who is standing on top of them. Who could it be? Who could it be, my friend? Right, you know what? Let's just use our grapple hook. What the heck happened there? I love the grapple hook. It's completely broken. There we go. We've just killed a metric ton of guards. They don't mind. They really don't mind. Nothing in this game actually perceives us anymore, which is fantastic. We can kind of run into guards. We can do a bit of melee attack on them. They're not really going to care. I mean, they'll stand up because they've seen a dead body and they're coded to react to dead bodies, but they don't know who killed them, so they don't really do anything. And there we go. We can just punch him and all he's going to do is stand up and walk away. And look, I hit Dave here in the face with an axe twice, but Dave here is a staunch pacifist. He simply refuses to fight back at Eivor because Eivor is such a lovely and misunderstood character. Consequently, Dave the Anglo-Saxon doesn't want to hurt us. However, I'm sorry Dave, but I heard you drink coffee. Anyway, you know what, whilst we're here we might as well force this door open, and you know what, let's begin a raid by holding J to summon my raid crew. Oh look, here they come. They just appear out of thin air. Let's force open the door. Now of course we are raiding a monastery. We've got all of our lovely companions here to fight with us. They'll help us open up this lovely gold chest. Now you will notice, because a raid's happened, the Anglo-Saxon military count has just massively increased. Oh, and there we go. There's some lovely raw materials. The only downside is the Anglo-Saxons don't really know what to do. They won't fight any of our allies, and our allies won't fight them because combat has been disabled, and yet we can just effectively kill all of these Anglo-Saxon guards. Now the pathfinding is going to kind of break. You know what, let's just use our great big melee attack here. Oh my goodness, what a wombo combo. I don't think I've seen this many bodies before. Now in the world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, there are many world events where you'll have to do complicated battles, puzzles, you name it, to complete a very short but fun and silly little side quest. In our case, we're going to fight the Walloper. Now you might be wondering who the Walloper is. Well, the Walloper is this game's copyright-free version of One Punch Man. Now in this mini game, you are effectively a piece of paper. No matter what level you are, this character will always beat you with one single hit. So in order to actually win this minigame, what you have to do is dodge every single attack and slowly whittle his health pool down. But what if you didn't have to dodge his attacks? What if he simply couldn't attack? Well, that's what happens basically exactly here, because he can't actually perceive us as an enemy, meaning we can just simply walk up to him and murder him. And there we go. The Walloper has been defeated, for the sole reason that the Walloper can physically not perceive that Eivor is a threat or an enemy. So there we go. We've beaten the Walloper questline. Ah, what a lovely event that was. I really do enjoy some of the little mysteries they have scattered across this world. Now, what are we going to do next? Well, I want to go and find the most difficult enemy in this game and beat them as effectively a massive scrub nub. Now, something tells me there will be a terrifying bounty hunter wandering somewhere around Hamptonshire, so all we have to do is set some kind of vague map marker over there and then just get traveling. Now, we've crossed over into Essex, where naturally there's some scary monsters. Well, not necessarily monsters, more just characters that are slightly higher level. In Essex, the suggested power level is 160. We are not 160, but it's okay, it doesn't matter, because we have accidentally kind of become God. Oh my goodness, and what's this up ahead of us? It's the city of London, ladies and gentlemen. Just like London, it's covered in a thick, deadly smog, which will probably immediately kill you, but it's okay because we're Eivor, so we have no physical presence on the world, meaning that smog can't damage our lungs because air doesn't react to our own existence. In fact, nothing reacts to our existence beyond NPCs and non-hostile characters. This is pretty good because it means you can defeat 900% of quests using this exploit, because you can still talk to NPCs, you can still interact with them, they will just never fight back. Now you might be wondering, well, Spiff, this exploit is all well and good, but surely it's a bit faffy. Like, for example, what if I want to load a save? Surely I'm gonna have to do the exploit all over again. Well, no, you don't actually. In fact, let's say you have a save which is at the 40-hour mark of the game, it's a pivotal boss fight and you just can't quite beat it. Well, if you load a save from about, I don't know, let's say 10 hours earlier, go find your local orlog, pull off this exploit, then load your actual modern save, your character will still inherit these abilities. Right, we've almost made our way into Hamptonshire, and there we go, we've made it. Ah, yes, what a lovely high-level area. Now, of course, just to make this exploit even more exciting, what we're going to do before we go any further is increase the game's difficulty. We will now be playing on Drenga Very Hard difficulty, which normally would turn this game into quite a fun little challenge, where generally you don't want to try and win one-on-one fights because they're so difficult. I mean, just look at some of these enemies that are standing in front of us. This here is Gedhurt. He has a massive skull next to his name. There is no way we could beat him at all. However, if we simply walk up behind him and stealth attack him, there we go, 250 damage, nothing happens. In fact, we can stealth attack the Arbalist as well, and the Arbalist will shout help but do nothing actually at all. We can then shoot the Arbalist in the head a whole bunch of times, shoot him in the leg, then hit him with a stun attack that'll somehow kill him. Oh, yeah, well, I say somehow, it took his head off. There we go, that's a high-level enemy. Absolutely yeeted. Let's shoot him in the little arm and the kneecap, there we go. And then do a stun attack. Oh, look at that absolute beauty of a stun attack. And this character is now dead. This is one of the tankiest characters in the game. We are level 40. They are absolutely beyond our power level. In fact, they have a power level of almost 300 more than we do. Just look at the local guards here. I can't even one-hit stealth the local guards. They are just that strong. I mean, even if I climb up onto this high wall and I'm standing above the guards and I jump down, I literally landed on this man's face to do 177 damage and he doesn't care. Oh, what's that? Is that a horn? I'm pretty sure that horn means that there's a bounty hunter nearby. There is! Who's this bounty hunter? Who's that bounty hunter? Let's go see. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at them. Here they are. I have no idea who this person is, but we've just identified them. It's the Zealot Brekton. He has a suggested power level of 340. Brekton serves as a messenger to the bell, apparently. He likes to crush tortoises with his bare hands. If no tortoises are about, simply run. That's very interesting. However, despite the fact that this man is terrifyingly well powered, we're just going to murder him. I don't think we can walk up behind him and do a stealth attack, so instead I'm just going to equip my predator bow and try and hit him in the head a whole bunch of times. Right, there we go, straight to the head. Sorry, did that just go through his head? I'm sorry, but what is that? I mean, I did damage to him, but still, come on. Let's hit him in the shoulder, and the leg again. We'll get him to fall over soon. Okay, fine. If you want to try and break an enemy, simply use the light bow because you can spam hit weak points, and then you can do a stun attack. That stun attack did 673 damage, which was not even this character's full health bar. I'm going to have to literally hit them so many times, it is just insane. All right, you know what? Let's run into them. I can't even tackle them. All right, this is going to take a lot of spam hitting over and over again, but eventually we will probably be able to kill the strongest enemy that I can find in this world.
6.5 hours later.
I don't actually know if it's even possible for us to kill this man. I feel like he can probably heal faster than we can kill him, and sure, I can throw him around with a harpoon, but unless I somehow manage to get him to stand next to a hill, I don't think he's going to be dying anytime soon. Okay, yeah, this is actually impossible. We can't kill him fast enough, and because he won't aggro on us, he technically counts as eventually leaving combat if he basically isn't engaging someone for a set amount of time, which is an issue because it means he is technically as immortal as we are, because we are so scrub low level we can't actually murder him. Can I throw a body at him? Actually, that would be good fun. Right, throw. Okay, no, that sadly didn't do anything other than move him slightly. Oh, but I can set a trap, so you know what, let me pick up this body, throw it at you, there we go, and then for some reason, because I threw the body at you, it suddenly appeared again, so I'll set it as a trap. Right, you check that body. Yeah, 32 damage. That'll show you in about 700 hours time. All right, now what I will try and do is get this character standing next to a wall and throw him into it. There we go, we did a decent bit of damage there. Nope, he's still just completely immortal. God damn it, game, trying to stop me from cheesing immortality to defeat the super high level bounty hunters. Okay, fine, so maybe if we put the difficulty down to easy, we would be able to kill them. Maybe if your character's power level 100, you can defeat someone who is meant to be about 700 times more powerful than you. All of these things are possible. Right, I've now actually arrived right the way over in Winchester, which is basically the capital of England at this point in time in history. Oh, and even though we're in such a high level area, we can kind of kill someone. I mean, it takes a lot, but there we go. We did just manage to kill a guard. Emphasis on the just. Now, of course, we have just discovered the Winchester garrison, and so our character says best not to draw attention here. So naturally, we're just going to murder the guard at the front gates, so as to, you know, not draw attention. Luckily, we don't draw attention because none of these men care. In fact, they care so little, I can just, I don't know, equip this flaming arrow here and just shoot it into this man's head. There we go, bam. You're on fire now. And skaploosh. Ah, lovely. Now, of course, when it comes to accessing a heavily fortified enemy fortress, the best way to just go about it is to walk through the front door, introduce yourself to all of the local guards, give them a welcome shiv. I mean, of course, don't kill them. Oh, he says, you're mine. Oh, are you proposing to Eivor? I mean, look, he's not necessarily the most beautiful man, Eivor, and he was a raging alcoholic in the last video, but I trust you, he's a changed man. No, okay, right, Eivor has said no. God, I feel sorry for that poor soldier. Anyway, we're going to go and claim this skill book, which is hidden away up here, because why not? I don't think there's any way the game could stop us from accessing this skill book. Ah, here it is. A lovely skill book, which we 100% deserve. Ooh, Axe Blizzard. Now that sounds fun. Aim and throw a devastating barrage of axes. That sounds incredibly enjoyable. Let me do a stealth attack on this guard, just to, you know, gain some assassin points. And now I can do my incredible axe throw. Right, here we go. Bam. Axe throw. Let's go. Axe, 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 axe. Nice. Okay, that only did half that person's health though. So not as useful, I actually think. Oh well. Now, you know how I mentioned how you can effectively load saves from earlier and still completely and utterly break the game? Well, that's what we're going to do actually. We're going to go back and load a save. I'm going to be loading this exclusive massive quest save, which happened around the 12-hour and 35-minute mark of my game, which is basically where your lovely clan has all got together to have a feast and celebrate about all of your glorious achievements, and then lo and behold, a whole bunch of Danish people come in and invade. So naturally, it's up to our character and all of our lovely companions to fight those pesky Danes as they raid and slaughter. Anyway, we're just going to skip through all of the boring cutscene here. Right, now the Danes have arrived to attack our village. Our livelihood is at stake. Everyone in our village could die, not just the women, but the children too. Now remember that this save is technically before the save point of me actually playing Orlog, and yet here are all of the enemy Danes just standing here. Just going to walk past them. Luckily, they don't really mind if I just walk past them. Here they come. They're just walking their way up to the longhouse. Let me just assassinate this man. Are they going to notice that? Are they going to mind? They are going to stand here and watch as I slowly assassinate them one by one. God bless the Danes. Truly 1000 IQ strategies here by the Danes to stand and look at dead bodies as more dead bodies miraculously appear. Now is just not a good time to just stand around and pretend that the troubles of the world around you don't exist. What's even more exciting is that technically in this mode, you're kind of immortal to some extent. So you can't really take damage, like say full damage necessarily, and fire equally hardly does damage to you at all. I mean, normally fire would just eviscerate a character. I also don't know why I'm hearing screams in the background. There's absolutely no reason to be screaming right now. Well, let's just kill this lovely archery person, and then that person as well, and then that person. It really is that easy, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how to gain immortality in Assassin's Creed, and just a few of the fun things that you can do with your newfound immortality. Stand next to guards, have access to areas that previously would be an absolute slaughter to try and fight your way through, and just kind of enjoy a much more relaxed, pacifist England as it goes through the relaxing and peaceful times known as the Viking invasion era. Sorry, I mean Viking peacetime enjoyment, happy fun and cuddle time era. See, if I say that, YouTube will think this is a friendly video. And it is, so make sure to go into the comment section and just say how much lovely peaceful and pacifism you've witnessed in this video. I mean, I haven't been attacked in this video. Sure, I might have actually murdered a lot of people in this video, but trust me, they were very bad people. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you're new here, do consider subscribing because we'd absolutely love to have you on board with our channel. And at the same time, feel free to share this video to all of your lovely friends who are also playing this game, because chances are you will absolutely blow their mind when you tell them that there was a way to become immortal right out of the get-go of the game. It's literally in the starting settlement. There's just some guy there waiting to play Orlog with you. So of course, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like. And heck, what game would you like to watch me break next? We've got a few upcoming releases which are pretty big, so hop on down to the comment section and vote. Vote A for the lovely Cyberpunk 2077 to get all of those exploits as soon as that game releases. Vote B for an exploit on the latest Call of Duty, because chances are there's always a way to accidentally activate God mode in that game as well. Although they do like to patch it nice and quickly, because I mean the last thing Activision's going to allow is a dent in their microtransaction market. Or C, would you like to see a brand new lovely exploit for Civilization 6? The choice is yours. Hop on down to the comment section and make your vote known. It does massively help me out. Anyway, as always, a massive thank you to each and every one of my majestic patrons who make these videos all the more possible. Seriously, thank you very much. Thanks to you, I was able to waste a huge amount of money on a very expensive microphone arm. Isn't that lovely? I'm sure you can tell that my audio quality has increased from its incredible subpar standards to slightly less subpar standards. And as always, if you sat there wondering what video you'd like to watch next, look no further than this one on screen now, hand chosen by myself to be absolutely perfect for you. If you enjoyed this video, you're gonna love the next one. Anyway, I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and goodbye for now.